folks, those who are just joining us, welcome aboard the Holiday 2 of the Disneyland Railroad. This train is now ready to depart, so please remain seated, keeping those hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Also, please supervise those younger children, make sure that they are fully seated, and that they are seated away from the large train openings. Our next stop here will be New Orleans Square.
Hello, folks. Welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. We're now embarking on a grand circle tour of the Magic Kingdom, with stops at New Orleans Square, Mickey's Toontown, and Tomorrowland, followed by a visit to the Grand Canyon and Primeval World. We got a lot of traveling ahead of us, so remember, for a safe trip, you need to stay seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please, watch your children.
Bienvenidos a bordo del Disneyland Railroad. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
Uh-oh. Did you folks hear that? Sounds to me like we've reached the wilds of Adventureland, where you just might run into a lot of savage critters out there, including lions and tigers and tiki birds. Everybody best be on the lookout. You never know just what may show up. We're approaching our first stop, New Orleans Square Station. This station serves Frontierland, New Orleans Square, and Critter Country. If you'll be leaving us here, please remain seated till the train comes to a complete stop. Then watch your step while getting off. Have a good time in the Frontier, you hear? For those of you continuing on with us, we'll be resuming our trip in just a moment. This is New Orleans Square.
That's right, folks, we're approaching our next stop, which is New Orleans Square Station. This is your stop for Adventureland, Frontierland, New Orleans Square, and Critter Country attractions, which include the Indiana Jones Adventure, the world-famous Jingle Cruise, Walt Disney's Enchanted Tiki Room, Pirates of the Caribbean, the Haunted Mansion Holiday, Splash Mountain, the Disney Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, and my personal favorite, Big Mountain Railroad, the wildest ride in the wilderness. Alright, folks, looks like we are coming to an unscheduled stop. Go ahead and please remain seated. Once again, please remain seated. Please stay on the train. We have not quite entered the station. We'll be moving into the station very shortly. Once again, this is an unscheduled stop. Please remain fully seated. Alright, folks, we're headed to the station now, so once again, remain fully seated until the train comes to a full and complete stop. For those of you who are continuing on with us, if you can, please do us a favor, slide all the way down those roads, filling up all the space between yourselves, so we can try to easily accommodate these new passengers here at this busy station. Thank you. Welcome to the Bayou. Alrighty, folks, those of you just joining us, welcome aboard. This train is now ready to depart, so please remain seated, keeping those hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Also, please supervise those younger children, make sure that they are fully seated, and that they are seated away from the large train openings. Our next stop here will be Mickey's Toontown Depot. That will be your gateway to all of Fantasyland and Mickey's Toontown.
To those who just joined us, welcome aboard the Disneyland Railroad. To ensure a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please, watch your kids.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
We're now entering Splash Mountain, where every day is a zippity-doo-dah day. If you look real hard, you might just find your laughing place. Traveling along the rivers of America and into the American frontier as it looked more than a century ago. This area is so rich with natural beauty and wildlife, you can see why the early settlers were inspired to move west. You're seeing this view just like many of them did, from the comfort of a genuine steam-powered train. When these iron horses first started crisscrossing the country in the 1800s, the time it took folks to reach the west dropped from months to a matter of days. Why, steam power not only fueled trains, but the dreams of a whole new generation as they settled this great frontier.
Mickey, Minnie, and all their pals inside their homes. Please keep mind that the Mickey Town does close early tonight. It'll be closing at around 8:30 for the fireworks show. So if you're planning to visit Mickey Town, please do it as early as you can. Like I said, it was closing for the fireworks show. The fireworks show tonight is Disneyland Railroad. That show is scheduled to shoot off of the castle at 9:30 this evening. That show is wind and weather permitted. This station is also your gateway to all of Fantasyland, where you can find it's a Small World Holiday, the Matterhorn bobsleds, and all the classic attractions that are found around the castle, which include the newly reimagined Skeeter and Sleigh. Alrighty folks, approaching the station, so please remain fully seated here until the train comes to a full and complete stop inside the station. Also, please open your belongings and watch your step. For those passengers who happen to be continuing on with us to our next stop, which is Tomorrowland, if you can, please do us a favor, slide all the way down those rows, filling up all the space between yourselves to the left and the right of the train car, so that we can accommodate these new passengers here waiting at this station. Thank you, and welcome to Mickey Toontown Depot.
I don't know. Who's offering that today? We're gonna see dinosaurs.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. And please, watch your kids.
¿Qué tal, amigos? Y bienvenidos a bordo. Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren. Y cuide a los pequeños. Gracias.
As we steam on through Fantasyland, you may want to take one more look at the majestic Matterhorn Mountain and the happiest cruise that ever sailed. It's a small world. Folks, ahead of us lies the future. Well, I guess we all know that. What I mean to say is, we're heading into Tomorrowland, where everything is possible. introduced the monorail back in 1959. It was the first daily operating monorail system in the entire Western Hemisphere. Winding below us is the Autopia, where drivers of all ages can get behind the wheel of a car, and no license is required. If you ever wanted to become an astronaut, then you might want to stop at Space Mountain and Star Tours, where they got some newfangled flying spaceships that launch you into the deepest reaches of space. You can ride them if you got the mind. Well, folks, we're now arriving at Tomorrowland Station.
As you get stopped for hyperspace now history, you can take part in battles with X-Wings, TIE fighters in outer space, or in Star Tours, you can visit the planet Jakku, you can watch the Awakens, or the Star Wars launch base, you hide Darth Vader, take a picture with your glasses, and next left. And if you just stop by his after left, you're finding evil memories, voyage, monorail, and more. Again, this is doing up the full stop, and take it all, decide to make sure good and perfect. Thank you. Our next destination is Main Street, USA. On our way to Main Street,
To those joining us, welcome aboard. The next leg of our journey will take us along the rim of the Grand Canyon. It's a mighty long drop to the canyon floor, so for your safety, stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. Be sure to watch your kids and no flash pictures.
Para su seguridad, permanezca sentado y mantenga las manos, brazos, pies y piernas dentro del tren y cuide a los pequeños. Por favor, no tome fotografías con flash.
But it wasn't always that way. Right now, as we travel back in time, back to the fantastic primeval world, land of the dinosaurs. Street Station, gateway to Disneyland. If you'll be leaving us here, stay in your seat till we come to a full stop. And remember,
Alrighty, folks, welcome back to Main Street.
Yeah.
Again, please stay seated. Stop inside the station. Here at Main Street, USA.
and that you'll come back and see us again real soon. For those of you traveling on, we'll be on our way again in just a few minutes. This is Main Street Station, Main Street, USA.